how do we start this?
Um,
Uh,
hey guys,
hey,
we're talking about God Glock.
I swear to God, we don't do this on purpose.
Okay, so for God Clock, for the first original ability, which is the
Whoa, you're
I
just
hate,
getting straight into it. You're not even saying this is a trial deck for End Zero that's coming out
I
January
mean most people watching our videos already know, so
but
there's no
just to
point.
set up a basis of it, this is End
Okay,
Zero, January 24th. Today, as of recording, is the 9th of January, so end of this month. All right, now
okay.
you can go.
So I hate how the first God Clock, just God Clock, it's like the bottom left corner, like it's like 6 to 9, and it's not 1 to 3. Like it's not the first part of the clock. It's like the third.
Don't just
But
don't
anyways,
worry
this
about
one
it.
basically says you can use all the flags and that your flags can't be flipped over by opponent's card effects. So rip plague, they just can't win with this deck.
Yeah, they literally cannot.
So we're just gonna go over the different abilities for reversal. So the first one for God Clock is at the end of your opponent's turn, if three of your flags are in reversal, you may put a monster with Time Ruler in its card name from your hand or field in the drop zone. If you do, reversal this card. So basically, when you flip the other three flags at the end of the turn, this one flips itself. So
Yeah,
now we're gonna go
so
God Clock 1 because that one's a pretty basic one.
okay, which one? Okay, sweet. So they are
It's
somewhat in
just the next
order.
one. Yeah. So this one is you may put a hand card on the bottom of your deck. If you do flip this card face down, if you do look at the top three cards of your deck and put one from among them into the hand and drop the rest.
That's why. That's so easy.
So it's basically like
Start of the
just
game, you do this.
yeah, it's basically just put a card bottom of the deck and then check top three. So you get more digging, which is nice. Plus it adds to the reversal.
Before your opponent
Um
even does anything, boop, I already got one down.
yeah. This don't worry. There's another God Clock 2 is pretty good. And again, put a hand card from bottom of the deck and flip this card. If you do, draw a card, so it pays for itself, just like the first one. But it also says if there's cards in battle, end the battle. So it basically
Wait, what?
stops an attack. So, but it's not nullifying. It's not reducing. So if you have it's not resting. So if you have cards that are pretty good on that, saying oh yeah, this damage can't be reduced, nullified. This card can't be rested. This isn't doing any of it. It's just ending the battle.
That's
So
okay.
spicy. Am I right or am I right?
I'm rereading these cards right now.
So the next one is you put a time drag monster in your drop zone, and you put a hand card on the bottom of the deck and reversal this. If you do, or you choose the time drag monster in your drop zone, and then you put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and it calls it. So this one you just get a call a monster from drop zone, so that's pretty good.
You can do this all in 2 turns.
Yeah, so let's say your opponent goes first, and let's say you want to do the digging one, right? So you do God Clock 1 on your opponent's turn. So you dig, you get cards in your drop zone, and then you do your turn, and you're going and you're doing your turn, and then let's say you do God Clock 3 on your turn. So you'll do God Clock 3 and call it Time Dragon, and then you can do God Clock 2 and end a battle on their turn, and then at the end of their turn, the original God Clock will flip over. So you can just do it in 2 turns.
Okay. And
And
I
it all makes this big boy.
that is a lot of text.
Yeah. So a lot of people didn't realize this at first because they're slow. It has 12,000 power and defense, like a clock.
What's the four?
I mean, there's 4 cards, and then the clock split up into
Oh
4.
God, I shoot. I was hoping you weren't gonna have anything for that.
So basically, this card becomes your flag, and it's treated as a card on the field, which is really nice. So it can still be rested
Which is
if
the
you want
nice
to
thing.
cast something before they attack. You can rest it,
Yeah, that's nice.
and basically, abilities can't be nullified, can't be flipped over, whatever. It can attack if you have a monster in your center. The main thing is when this card attacks, it stops time. So your opponent can't cast a counter. They can't use declaration of card abilities. Can't use keywords. Like your opponent can't do anything,
They
and
just
that's
have to
triple attack.
accept it.
So basically, like this card deals 12 damage. Again, clock reference. But so it deals 12 damage, and you basically can't do much when it's attacking. So you actually have to like cast stuff. Like if you want to rest it, you want to cast it before they declare an attack.
Yeah. What was Bushi thinking?
Hey, they needed to one up Lost World.
But what were they thinking? Like everyone is buying all this. All the case splits, time dragons get sold instantly. So many people are gonna have this deck.
Yeah, what's funny to think about at our
And this is
locals?
trial deck. This is trial deck.
Yeah, and people need this for the trial deck. Like to
Yeah,
run the deck, they need this.
they need the trial decks. So, and what is the trial deck gonna be like $20? And you
I
already
think,
have like a top tier deck just for
yeah.
$20.
What's really funny is I called our locals, right? And they're
Uh-huh.
getting 12, and they're limiting people for the number they can buy,
Thank
but the
God.
limit is
Wait,
6.
wait, what?
So like if I wanted to, I can buy half the stock at my locals. I'm not going to because that's just an a-hole move, but you could just buy half the
So
stock.
two people can buy the entire stock if they wanted to.
I mean, basically.
Make sure no one else gets it, so no more spreading of cancer. It's just like that person who bought all the Rosalina amiibos. Do you remember that situation?
Yeah.
It's basically this, Dylan. We need to buy all of the trial decks.
Yeah, so when we go to locals, we'd be the only people with Time Dragon.
Yeah,
Big brain
we
plays.
become the cancer, but then after we win that shop tournament, we just burn all of them.
Yes. So let's go to the buddy. I don't think people really like this buddy that much, if I remember correctly. I think it's the one in the main set that they like. But you just put a card from your drop zone into this card's soul until you have 2. So like it kind of refreshes itself, which is really nice. And then when it attacks, it nullifies the abilities up to 1 card on your opponent's field, and it puts it at the bottom of the deck, and that has double attack. So you can do this with 2 cards.
Wow.
So, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like vanity in a way. Basically, this is like all those dragon lords. If you have a size 3 on the field, you choose monster on your opponent's field, drop this card from your hand and pay a gauge. If you do, nullify the abilities, and then if 2 flags are reversed, draw a card.
Oh, if you wanted
So
to, you can
basically,
use
it
this
can,
in Ancient World as well.
yeah. So you can use it in Ancient World or Dragonine or Dragon's Y.
Oh,
So that's nice.
I like those types of cards.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really good. It just nullifies abilities of a monster, so
Well, I just like the fact that
that's
it
useful.
says Time Dragon, and it's centered around Time Dragons. You can still use it in its original world. I dig that.
Yeah. So this card's really nice. It's drop a hand card and pay a gauge. If you do, put a Time Dragon monster from your drop zone to your hand, up to the number of times your flag's reversed during this fight.
Wow.
So you're able to literally just get 4 Time Dragon monsters, and like you can get cards like the Hero World guy. So you can get Gauge and more digging, and
Are we
then,
skipping straight to Hero World guy?
well, that's just the example. No, that was
Okay.
just like the example. Like you can get 4 really good cards in your hand that will set you up. So if you're running out of Gauge, running out of hand, you can cast this spell, and then you're able to get monsters that are free, that give you more hand, that give you more Gauge, that can set you up better.
All right.
So next
4
to
draw.
Danger World.
I
So,
can already have a feeling this might not be good.
well, I originally, when this guy first came out, I was like thinking like I should get this for veggies. But then the more I like looked at it, not really. It's basically you discard him and gain 3 life, and you can destroy a monster on your field and put him on the bottom of the deck, and you can destroy a card on your opponent's field. So it's basically card destruction. I don't even think the life gain is that good. It's just gain 3 life.
She just wanted it because you're already gaining 10 life, so might as well gain 13.
No, I wanted it because it triggers more dangerous veggies.
Oh.
Because you destroy a monster on your field to destroy a card on theirs.
Chronos
Uh,
Trough.
Okay, so this card, the first ability, it just puts a card from your opponent's field to bottom of the deck. The way I kind of see the buddy in this card is Vanity just makes them leave the field. In this version, it nullifies abilities and puts the bottom of the deck. So this is kind of like the Vanity spell where it's like nullify attack and put to drop zone, but instead it just says put to bottom of the deck. And then this one has return all souls. The second one is return all souls from a card on your opponent's field to your opponent's deck and shuffle the deck. So that's
Oh.
really useful
Why
against.
you shuffle your opponent's deck?
Yeah. So that's really good against, like, if you're playing an Athora and they don't have soul protection, you can just take all their soul, like their Eternity Rings, I think Brilliance Fire, stuff like that, and you can just add it all to the deck and shuffle it. And if they used all their Sheldries already to get like all 4 Eternity Rings, this is just a nice way to kind of slow them down.
I know this is not related to like current meta, but I me reading that second card makes me scared for when I'm using Cosmo Dragoons. They mess up
Oh
my
yeah, shuffle the deck.
they mess up my big brain plays. And
That's
I know that's
really
not current
funny.
meta, but as a Cosmo Dragoon main, that scares me.
That's funny. So next we'll go to the Darkness Dragonwold guy.
He doesn't look like a bull.
When you enter the field, to basically gain a gauge. Then if your flags are reversed 2 or more times, draw a card. So basically just gauge
Oh,
draw.
yeah, that's
Pretty
basic.
basic.
Basic
More
good.
digging. Yeah. Okay.
Time General.
Next one. So what I like about this guy, time generals in general for Dragon World, but oh no, I don't know if it's just for Dragon World. I kind of like them sometimes, because it says if a Jargad's in your field, reduce the size, so you can run it in OG Garga, but there's no real point to
Yeah,
because
because
the
that
ability
second
has
ability.
reverse. But I don't think all of them do. So he just on attack puts a monster on your opponent's field's bottom of the deck, and he also has double attack. So with him and the buddy, you're basically able to take 4 cards and put them on the bottom of the deck,
Oh,
which is pretty nice.
wow. Okay, Bushy.
So the next one is drop a soul from a monster on your field, which is nice because the buddy keeps replenishing soul with its ability. And you choose a card on your opponent's field up to the number of flags that are reversed and rest those cards, and they can't stand. So
That's trial
basically,
deck.
you're able to rest up to 4 cards, and they can't stand. So it's just like a better Cosmo Scarf.
That's that's trial deck. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So the nullifier is pretty basic. Just nullify attack and gain up to 4 life depending on reversed flags. Nothing too snazzy.
Yeah, that's just a nullifier.
Then this one is
The bellow.
Bellow.
The bellow.
This basically is gain up to 4 gauge up to the flags and penetrate, but the stats like really suck.
Ooh,
Like
that's season
one
one,
thing
two
that we've
stuff.
been kind of like avoiding, some of the monsters' stats are just kind of awful. So like his sucks, right? So it's a 3-2-1 that with penetrate, right? That's
Yeah.
his like normal like non-on entry.
Yeah.
Then you have a 3-2-2 3-2-3 size 1-2. And it's a really good on entry, but like
Oh,
I mean
Dill, God,
it's
you really fucked me up there.
what?
I was scrolling back up trying to find the 323 card. I didn't know you went to
No.
Hero World.
It's the card, it's like the card right under it.
Well, I know, but it's like the thing we have been avoiding, so as if we've been talking
It's
about it. So I just kept
well yeah,
scrolling up.
it's like the attacks of it, and it's like so it's like I don't know.
All right,
At this point, the deck
let's
is a
see.
really strong deck, right? So like you literally can like pause time and like do all this other stuff. It's like, does it really hurt to give them like 4,000 more power or something? So they're like,
No. They're only there
somewhat
for
decent.
they're only there for the effects.
So, anyways, this card is basically superhero time when you have two or more flags over. So on entry, check the top three, add one to hand. Usually you drop the rest like you would like Chaos Daryl Barrick. But for this one, when you have two or more flags reversed, you put them to the gauge instead. And then it also has move. And I'm not going to talk a lot about this card because it's just going to get fast forward anyways. So I'll just go to the next continent. We'll
Good card is good card. That's what Dylan just wants to
base,
preface.
basically. So this guy, he has Shadow Die, which is nice, and you can call him up. Then if two or more of your flags are reversed, it has +3 crit. So that's really nice. So it's a 5 crit Shadow Dive
That's pretty
that you
good.
can call from drop, and it's really nice because you can use him, for example, to pay for some of the God Clock's abilities when they say like put a time dragon from the field to the drop zone. You're able to kind of just throw him to the drop zone and then use his ability to get him back.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
The next one is just a searcher for the buddy. It's a gain a gauge and search your deck for a card with Draw God and Time Dragon. So it's just basically a searcher. Nothing too snazzy. Like
No,
we've seen searchers like this before, like for Cosmo Man, for example, where it's just gain a gauge search for Cosmo Man.
that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah, do you also not realize that I compared the field to like a better Cosmo Scarf? And then I compared the hero old guy to superhero
Oh
times?
my god, you really just only have Hero World on the brain.
Dude, that's like my like frame of reference.
That's your what is that? That's your thing. You're the Hero World guy.
Yeah,
I
basically.
hope you're proud of that.
Yes, I worked hard. So the next guy, is Time Guardian Morrow. Draw. It's basically draw two cards on entry, and then put two cards from your hand to the top of the deck in any order.
Yo, give me this for Cosmo Dragoons.
I am actually using him in Asgard, so I can just get more filtering for it, so I can like dig deeper into my deck for the combo pieces, and then throw dead cards on the top of my deck, or throw cards I'm gonna want to gauge and draw or whatever.
All right.
So he's pretty sassy. This impact is kind of pointless, but whatever. For whatever reason, if you got your opponents to 4 life or less, and you can't kill them with your big pause button,
When you're big boy.
it's with the big pause button. That's what I'm calling it now. Basically just deal 4 damage for free. Can't be nullified. Can't be reduced.
It's
I mean,
free.
in reality, I like this better than the other impact because the other impact is like deal 1 damage 12 times.
But that's not as cool because, 12 hands on the clock and like
Yeah, I mean the
every
art looks
hour.
cooler and stuff, but like I can literally
It's
just sit there
counting
and be
down
like,
your death.
I could literally just sit there with like, oh yeah, all damage is reduced by 1, and then just live.
But the gimmick of you slowly going down by one, as if your
Like,
time's running out. Time Observer Piccolo. Piccola.
basically, this guy he becomes a size. I'm assuming it's supposed to be reduced size by 2, and they just put 3 by accident because he's a size 2.
No,
But
-1.
he becomes a size 0, and when this card's destroyed, you return a monster on your opponent's field, and it has counterattack. So you're able to like counterattack a monster and then like return another one if that makes sense. So like get rid of a soul and then return.
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of mess around with that.
Chronos Banty Arg.
Basically, this is a draw 2 if you have 2 flags reversed. If not, it's just a draw 1. It's a pretty basic card.
Let's pay 1 life. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And then
Then
start
the
Dragon Roll.
final one. When a size 3 time dragon, you can put it this card into the drop zone to keep it on the field. And then when a card on your opponent's field is returned to hand or deck by card effects, you can call this card from your drop zone. So that's going to happen a lot with this deck. So this is kind of just like a returning size 3 protector, which is really nice. Like
That
kind
is
of like
pretty
Dawn,
nice.
but for size 3s.
Which one's better,
And
Dawn or this?
um, I mean, different situations. So
I accept that
Dawn
answer.
Dawn can protect size 1, size 2, size 3s. Dawn can protect other attributes. Dawn is very, very vague. Well, this is specifically for time 3, size 3 time dragons. So, like, you can't even run this in, like, a Thor or something, because it's not like, oh, size 3s. Like, Dawn, you can theoretically run in any deck and be fine.
Yeah, I accept that
This
answer.
guy, you can't.
So that's the trial deck. Be
Also,
wary.
guys, I want to premise
Oh,
we had to if you're wondering why there's like weird cuts,
okay.
it's because Ryan had hentai on his computer
I'm my
and you guys couldn't see it.
my screen is
So
freaking out. This is a great way to end the video.
so
All right,
we'll end it
bye
on
guys.
that note. Bye.
My screen's freaking out.
Bye.
Did it fix? No. Okay. I just need to stop recording.
Videos